Hello, League City. I am joined by our fire chief, Jeff Allen, who's going to talk a little bit about the change that has been made to our fireworks ordinance. So, council on Monday decided to amend the ordinance. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so council's decided to allow fireworks twice a year, which would be the 4th of July and New Year's Eve. Both of those days starting at sundown, defined by NOAA, the National Weather Service. That would be what we'll define it as sundown, and then it ends at 1 a.m. the following day. So July 5th at 1 a.m., they're no longer allowed anymore, and January 1st at 1 a.m. to no longer be allowed.
Now, there are still some parameters in place. Just because the fireworks are essentially legals on those days, there's still rules to follow. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Sure, there are still rules to follow. We still want people to be safe when they're using the fireworks. So by the ordinance, you still have to be 18 years of age or older. The fireworks have to be consumer grade, so 1.4 G, which is typically what you can get at one of the fireworks stands. You have to shoot them from a platform in which there's no combustibles, so like a concrete street, and that whole non-combustible area has to contain the whole fireworks display. In addition to that, you have to have some sort of fire extinguishing device available, whether that be a garden hose, a bucket of water, a fire extinguisher, something just in case there's a fire. And then once you're done shooting the fireworks, you need to soak them for at least 12 hours. So that 12 hours will give it plenty of time for the water to soak into the cardboard that's left over and make sure that there's nothing smoldering. Because realistically, that's been our biggest problem lately is, the fireworks are shot off, they throw them in their trash can, they pull the trash can in the garage, and then we end up getting a house fire because of the fireworks were still smoldering in the trash can.
And so really, when you say a bucket, one of those buckets from Home Depot or Lowe's, one of those buckets that pretty much everybody's got lying around somewhere.
Yeah, a 5-gallon, Home Depot type bucket. It's all you need to have with, that with some water in it. So just in case, you can throw it on the fireworks and, stop whatever's going on with it.
Now, just to be clear, fireworks are still not legal to be sold. We're not going to have fireworks stands all over League City.
Correct. Yeah, the sale of fireworks is still prohibited in League City. So you're not going to be able to buy them in the city. But on those two specific nights, July 4th and New Year's Eve, you'll be able to actually discharge them in the city.
And there are some places where we really don't want fireworks being discharged at all. I mean, obviously, you need to do it, as you mentioned, on a concrete pad, but clearly we don't want this near a church, near a school. Can you go over some of those places?
Sure. Yeah, so the ordinance mirrors what state law states from the Texas Department of Insurance. So you cannot shoot them within a multifamily complex, so an apartment complex. They're not allowed to be discharged in apartment complexes. Within 600 feet of a church or a hospital or a veterinary hospital. Within 100 feet of where flammable liquids are stored, so you can't shoot them in a gas station parking lot.
Makes sense.
Makes perfect sense,
makes perfect sense.
You can't shoot them within 100 feet of where they're sold. Fortunately, right now we won't have that issue within League City because we're not selling them. And then just general safety in mind. Keep people 25 feet away from them. Keep vehicles, your home. Keep a little bit of a distance between where you're shooting them from and.
Obviously, not around children. We don't really under 18. You shouldn't be doing this. I always see every year people holding bottle rockets rather than putting them in a bottle.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. So yeah, put them on the concrete pad and shoot them from there. And just so to reiterate once again, League City, this is just 2 days. This is not throughout the entire year. So this is from sunset or dusk on the 31st. Until, is it 1 a.m. in the morning?
Yes.
So that's coming up for the New Year's holiday. We will be able to light fireworks off. They will be legal thanks to City Council's vote. But again, we still need to be safe.
Absolutely, yes. We'll have medic crews available, all night. We'll have fire crews staffed all night. So in the event that an unfortunate incident does occur, we'll have the services there to be able to help out.
Thanks, Jeff, for joining us, and thank you, League City.